you have seen my previous videos, you know that my name is Lizeth, and if you are new, thank you for watching. So today for this video, I thought I was gonna dedicate this video to people like me. People who sweat so much. People who are just oily. I don't just sweat. I am oil and sweat mixed together. And I live in Texas, so you can only imagine how much the heat and the humidity just shakes my soul, guys. It shakes my soul, and it makes me feel so bad. The worst. The first step. This is something I kind of had to learn as I went. The more oily you are, the more moisture you need to put back into your skin every single day, every night. See, and I thought the opposite. Most people think the opposite, that like because you're so oily, you don't need to add moisture to your skin. No, you do. It actually really, 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 really helps. And here's when you add all that moisture to your skin before, let's say you're prepping your skin before your makeup application, if you're adding all that moisture back to your skin is gonna be like, oh, well, I don't need to sweat. It doesn't need any sweat because I am all nice and plump. So that's what your skin is thinking. So it doesn't produce any extra sweatness that it needs to because it feels like it's dry. When you're putting on all those products, it's better. Just the more hydrated you are underneath, the better. So what I recommend, and I'm not gonna name specific products, I'm gonna name the product that you need, but I'm not gonna name like a brand or anything because everybody just uses different stuff. And I hate one thing I always hate is like makeup videos when they give these kind of explanations and they name like really expensive products. What? Don't name $120 products. Don't name $54 products. Like, let's face it, it's just not gonna happen. At least in my budget, it's not gonna happen. Like, yes, we can get, but when they name continues like really expensive products, it just irks me and I get turned off by it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say what the product is, but brand wise, try to adapt it to your skin. Try to adapt it to what you can afford, to what you buy, to what works for your skin. So for the first product that I really, really like to use is a moisturizer before like I even do my makeup or anything like that. So I'm just gonna use a regular moisturizer, and this moisturizer just works really good for my skin, honestly. I use it at night mostly because, so just to let my skin breathe, but it's a really, really, like, it's a good moisturizer. This is finding out any really good moisturizer. Oh my nose. All right, now my face is very well moisturized. You can even tell it's like moisturization. Stop it, Liz. It's weird. After moisturizing, I like to go in with a primer. A primer that's gonna help your skin. So whatever skin problem you have, that's what you go into. Now, since we are dealing with oilier skin or people who sweat too much, obviously we're gonna go with a mattifying primer. Now the primer I'm gonna use, it's just one that works good for me whenever, whatever weather, whatever thing, this one always works good for me. So use whatever primer works best for you. Use one that's mattifying, use one that's whatever works for you. Okay, and after primer, then we want to go in with a powder, a translucent powder that we're gonna place on top of these items, these two items that we placed on our face, just to kind of lock it in and keep the moisture in, so your face doesn't feel like more moisture needs to come out. Yes, that's what I meant to say. Grab your powder, whatever translucent powder you have, and just grab a little bit, put it on the back of your sponge, just a little bit, and just sink it into the skin. Ooh. Make sure it goes. I put it everywhere because honestly, I kind of throw it everywhere. If you don't want to put it all over your face, it's fine. I do it because I need it. And especially on my eyebrows. My eyebrows sometimes, like, they'll get so sweaty that you just feel like you just go skirt and it'll come off completely. I don't like that. So I'm gonna put it on my brows. Put a little bit on my brow. And I learned this little trick. The first time I saw a trick like this was from, and if you don't know, Miss Jackie Ina, the best, the YouTube queen. Miss Jackie. She taught me this trick, and oh, I'll let this sit in. I usually grab one that has like my skin color, more closer to my skin color, but a model of that one. So I had to use this one, but this one works just fine. We're gonna put it on top of our, it's gonna be on the bottom of our foundation. Ooh. Eyelash. It's so weird. Okay, once our face, once we look like a ghost, then we're gonna go in with our foundation. Less is more. Less is more. Less is more. If you do your foundation first. I'm gonna do my eyebrows first, but the people who do their foundation first, or whatever, vice versa. I really could have said this anywhere. I'm gonna do my brows first. I usually go with a pencil. I would recommend going with a more of a waxy texture, but because we set the powder on top, it'll be okay. So I'm gonna do this off camera and I'll be right back. Boom. And brows are done. So, okay, once the brows are done, then we can go in with our foundation. Our foundation, our foundation. I'm gonna go in with our foundation. Remember what I said, less is more. And I should know about less is more because I unfortunately am that type of person who likes to use a lot of foundation. I love it. I love the cake, but especially when it's hot, you don't need all of that. Like, you really don't. It's just the more you put on, the more your skin will feel like it needs to break free, and it's gonna want to act up. You can get smashed up. I'm still working on the lighting. It's still it looks really weird and yellow on the camera, but it's just, I don't know, I'm working on it. I'm not tech savvy, honestly. Me and technology just don't have a good relationship, so I'm just gonna put another foundation color. And honestly, I don't know, this foundation, the one I'm putting on, looks so much better, but in person, the color just looks way too dark. So I don't know how lighting works. I don't know how that shit works. I'm gonna mix these together, whatever. Okay, now once you had applied the least amount of foundation as possible, here's a trick. You want to spray your face with any kind of a spray. I prefer a mattifying spray because I feel like that really helps. The trick is to spray in between steps. So I'm using the NYX matte finish. I'm gonna grab my sponge, just soak it in. Let it soak in. Da, 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 da. Do 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 do. Next, concealer. Right. concealer. Now, my favorite thing to do is I don't like to use a very matte concealer. Like, let's say your first choice would be to reach for like something like, I don't know, would be to reach for like the Tarte concealer because it's super matte. No, reach for something a little bit more hydrating, because under our eyes it's a really sensitive area. So reach for something a little bit more hydrating instead of something super like thick and very matte. It'll help, trust me. And once concealer is done, again, I'll go back with a spray, whichever is around me, and just spray my face. Next is contour, or, you know, a bronzer, whichever one you use. I don't always contour my nose. I don't know why I'm doing it now, but I'm trying to give you guys a full effect. But contouring my nose is not something I do every day or all the time. Honestly, I'm too lazy to do it, and I forget most of the time. So this was a puck. Yeah, and then once I blend in the contour, I like to go back in and just kind of try to mesh everything together. So I'll grab my spray one more time. Yes. And try to put everything together. Then comes powder. Now, powder. Now, when it comes to powder, we're gonna apply the same method that we've been doing. Less is more. Less is more. Less is more, guys. Less is more. When it comes to being just extremely in the hot, like, you're gonna put as little powder as you possibly can. And now, as little powder depends on your skin. You're the one who knows your skin. You know how your skin works. So use little powder to your own caution, to just press it into the skin, like so, like that, you know. One trick I like to use too is I like to go over, oh no, my hair got dirty. I like to go over my eyebrows, just kind of stamp, and then stamp. Trust me, this will bulletproof your eyebrows. So just grab any clean brush and just wipe my mouth. Spray. We're gonna spray again, guys. Spray helps. This one we're gonna let dry on its own, most of it, and then we're gonna go in with our blender and just push everything in. We want to push everything. We don't want to move anything. So we're gonna go grab this and just push. So we grab our blender and just push everything in, push all the product in. And that's genuinely it. Your base is set. Like, this is all about your base and how your base is gonna react to like a lot of heat or a lot of environmental things, whether it's hot or humid. This is gonna keep your face stuck for a long time, and then you can add all the extra stuff. And okay guys, so this is my final look. It wasn't a full like makeup tutorial, it was just kind of a makeup video to show you guys like how I do my base, because living in Texas, especially Houston, you really have to set your, like, do your base to the point where it's not gonna melt off. It is so hot, it is so humid, the weather here is so unpredictable, so you never know what you're gonna get. So these are just the steps that I follow to make sure that my face stays sitting, you know, to make sure that my face doesn't fall off in the middle of brunch, if we're having brunch outside, or if we're having dinner outside or whatever, it stays in place. Now, here are a lot of like quick little tips that I also do throughout like the day, or if I'm gonna be out. You know, obviously you're oily, so I make sure that I take with me kind of like a universal kind of powder and just a brush. And when I did the steps, it allows me not to have to blot so much. But after, you know, 6 or 7 hours outside, you're gonna want to blot eventually, so you're gonna need to blot eventually. So I just grab a, you know, cute little thing, and I just really quick boom 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 to the areas that mostly needed, and then I'm good for another 4 to 5 hours. So that's literally how good this technique is. And so once again, thank you guys so much for tuning into my video and watching them. I'm really happy. It makes me really happy that somebody's actually watching my videos. I really want to thank the few people that watched them. You know, you see like who views you, how many people view your videos, but I want to thank those people who watched them. I really am appreciative that you guys took the time to watch them. I don't know if it's just quarantine, or, you know, people are bored. And I'm just here and I'm babbling again. But I'm thankful for anybody who watches my videos. It's literally just me being bored in my house, not in an awkward situation, and just making these videos just because I think they're fun. And yeah, so thank you for watching.